Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new festive edition for issues 87 and also issue 88 of Build the Terminator.
The Terminator. Week by week, build the T-800, the killing machine that defined a generation. Easy to build with high-quality metal components. You can control sound, lights, articulated limbs, and LED eyes. And explore the Terminator universe. Build the Terminator. Issue 1, just $1.99.
Merry Christmas Eve and welcome back everyone. Thanks for tuning in for some more Terminator. So today we're working on issue 87 and 88 and today we're going to be attaching the upper left thigh muscle, so this section here, this plastic part, to the left hip. So there's lots of hip accessories. These issues which run up to 90, it's going to be 2 videos, perhaps one actually, because there's so little to do here. I might be able to squeeze it all into one video for you guys today. There's not much to do, but obviously from what I've discussed in the past, we're now on the left leg, so it's the final limb for the body, so not much left. Please excuse the hat and the hair. I probably look like a young Santa Claus here. Obviously got the beard and hair, but it's not quite white yet. But just thought I'd be a bit more festive today, so I hope you like the hat. It's a little Santa hat and just a bit of fun. So what we're going to do, like I said, so issue 87, we've got obviously the left thigh, which we're going to attach, and then we're going to do some joint accessories as well. So not much to do, so let's get started. Right, so as always, going to quickly run through the parts. So obviously for issue 87, like I said before, that's the left thigh piece, which is plastic. Then you've got 5 little M2 nuts there. You need just 4 of those for that issue. Then moving on to issue 88, obviously working on the left hip joint. So the first part is 88.1. That's a metal component there for the hip joint. Then you've got your first inner casing, which is this is 88.2, I believe. And then you've also got your plastic, sorry, that's 88.2, the plastic component there, followed by the next plastic one, which is a casing for the hip joint. This metal section here is the outer cap for the hip joint, and the same for this part, but it's a domed cap, so that's obviously being metal as well. In terms of the screws, so we've got the long ones, which are 2 times 18mm. There's 5 there with 1 spare, and then the smaller ones are the 2 PM 3 times 8mm screws. Obviously you need some screwdrivers for that section. You also need some super glue, and that's it. So steps 1, 2, 4, you're going to be taking the nuts, and what you want to do, you'll see here on the left thigh, so just there's 4 holes, and that's where you're going to put those nuts. So you want to put some super glue in there, and then once you've done that, just pop in the nuts. So pardon the pun. Obviously not too much glue, just enough to secure it into place. Okay, I've just put the last one in there, so I don't know if you can see those nuts are in there now. Once you've done that, you're going to take the component from issue 86. So if you remember, that was that one there. Obviously all we had to do last time was just slide one section into the other, which I've done already. So now what you want to do, there's 3 pegs on this component, and we're going to just put some super glue onto that. This obviously being step 4. And then for step 5, you're just going to, from this part here where we've just put those nuts in, you're going to slide this component over, and you'll see where to do, because you'll see the corresponding sections lining up, so you can just pop that into place. So I'm just going to do that now, and you should get a little click once you've done that. I've just done that, but you missed it on the video, and that's how it looks. So that's now from issue 86, that's been connected to the left thigh for issue 87. Okay, so next issue 88, we've got obviously the left thigh again to work on. So what we're going to do here, you want to start from this end here at the top. This is where we're going to be putting the plastic cap in. So you grab component 88.2, and what you're going to do is you're going to slide that through there. So you'll see that that has fit nice and snug within there. Once you've done that, You're then going to take component 88.1, which is the metal hip joint, and you're going to slide that through. So there's a hole, and you'll slide that through. Obviously, like so. So you can now see that there. Once we've done that, we're going to move on to step 4, and that's actually where we hook up the that hip for obviously for the leg to go to the actual torso. So just going to move on to that part now. Okay, so now I've got my Terminator ready. I've moved the arm out of the way. You may have noticed possibly I've taken some of the fingers off, and I've mentioned previously about the fingers being a pain. I'm still going to work on those again. I'm going to modify them because they've not really done what I want. So I've just moved the arm out of the way for it to get access to that hip joint. You'll notice that there's two notches on this part here for the hip socket. So they need to be fitted over the raised bars inside of that hip socket. So you won't be able to see that, but just bear that in mind when you put that through. And then once you've done that, you're going to take one of your 3 times 8mm PM screw, and that's actually going to secure that into place. So I'm just going to thread that through. Use the magnetic one first to get into place, and then just going to screw that home. And just so you know, at this point it will feel a little bit loose until you've actually done more to it. So it's the same with the right leg, so don't panic, you haven't done anything wrong. Okay, that screw feels nice and secure, I can't do it anymore. So step 7 and 8, you're going to take first of all the outer hip casing, so that's that plastic one here, and you're going to thread that over, making sure that these holes here either side they go in line, sorry, with the screw parts. So that's very important. So put that bit over first, and then once you've done that, you're going to take the domed cap, joint caps, that's the metal one there, and you're going to put that over again in the same orientation as before with that plastic one we just did. So just make sure that's in line. Okay, so to finish for steps 9 and 10, you're going to take the last outer cap and you're going to thread that over again in the same orientation so it all lines up, so we can get access to those screw holes, because you're then going to use the PM 2 times 18mm screws to secure that into place. So make sure you leave a gap so you can actually see where the screws go. So there's 4 of those obviously, and then once you've done that, that will be nice and secure. The leg will be secured to the hip. So I'm just going to screw the first one now, and then I'll do the others afterwards. Okay, I've just secured that final screw into there, so now that leg has been fitted, and that is those 2 issues complete. So guys and girls, I've skipped ahead to issue 89 and 90. There's no need for an introduction really, just quickly showing the components here. So like I thought, it's not a long issue at all for episodes wise. So issue 89, these are the components here. So first of all, you've got 89.2, that's the left leg part. You've also got a hip plate there, and you've also got the left leg part insert with 2 screws, which are the PM 3 times 12mm Allen screw. So you need that Allen key, which we had supplied to us in issue 26, or something of similar size for those type of screws. So for issue 90, that's the last issue I've got in this collection till next year now, you've got a left leg plate. This is plastic. This is just really for aesthetic reasons, just going to cover up the side of it so you can't see the inner parts of that. And then you've got a couple of screws. So the long ones there, they are the PM 3 times 16mm, and the smaller ones, they are the 4 PB 2 times 4mm screws. All you need, like I said, is an Allen key and also a screwdriver. So let's get started. So steps 1 and 2, working on the left leg part. Once we've done this, by the way, we won't be doing any more on this issue. So very simply, take both the left leg parts, pop this part in the end of it, just double checking it's the smaller section, yeah, and push that through. Simple as that. Steps 1 and 2 done. Nice and easy. So then, now we're going to move on to steps 3 and 4. So what you want here, you're going to be taking the plastic component, which is 88.5. No, sorry, my mistake, 89.1. And that's actually going to go on on that section we've been working on there, so the hip socket. So I'm just going to twist it around a bit more, just so you can see a bit better, hopefully. I will zoom in on it so you've got a better angle. All you're going to do that, you're going to lay that over, so these 4 pegs will go through the holes of what we have, so the gaps there, and that's just really to fit it in, you know, just to make it look pretty. There's nothing more to it. We are going to put the screw in as well, the Allen key. So that's the PM 3x12mm, and that will just secure that into place, and then that is that part complete. There's no more needed to do on the actual hip socket and joint. All the aesthetic parts will be done, and it's fully secure. So it'll still feel a little bit like flimsy, not too much, but it's obviously a lot better than what it was in the earlier stages. So I'm just going to screw that up now. Okay, I've screwed that nice and tightly now, so that is that issue complete. We're now going to move on to the final one, which is issue 90. So, taking the left leg plate, what you're going to do, you're just going to align that up, so you'll just check on the orientation of the actual the left leg, how that's going to fit on. So, I'm just looking at it from the side on. Yeah, so that slides on like that, as you may have seen. I'm just going to twist the Terminator a bit more so you can see that from the side. So that's just gone in like so. Once you've done that, you're going to need to screw that in. So like you saw, that's just purely for aesthetic reasons. You will see on the other side of this part there's little screw holes. So that's where we're going to put the little PB 2x4mm screws in. So I'm just going to spin him round and then I'll do that. So you need to be incredibly careful because the Terminator still is very fragile at this stage. You know, it's a heavy piece of kit and not everything is, you know, fully secure where it needs to be. So you'll see there's 3 screw holes on the other side, which I've found. I'm just going to now secure those into place. I'm just double checking I've got them all where I want them. And that's just going to secure the plate into place. So just have to be careful with these screws as well, because they are very small. You don't want to be losing them because you only get one spare. You do tend to have lots of spares left over from this build. I've got I've got a box full of screws and whatnot from this, so I usually can find one if I need it. So once you've got that final piece, also that final screw, sorry, into place, my mistake, we will be using the left leg part actually, and what you're going to do, you're going to take one of the longer screws, so it's a PM 3x16mm, thread that through, and again on the upper part of the leg plate here on the inside, there's a larger hole next to one of the smaller screw holes at the top. That's where you're going to be affixing it. So I'm just going to do that now, and that will keep that nicely fixed into place. So I'm just going to screw that in, and then once I've done that, I'm going to move him off camera for you, just so I can get him into position. Then I'll show you how he's looking after today's short issues, because like I said, these ones are very short, and in fact they are the shortest because I don't think I've ever combined 4 in one video, so that's a record for today. But quite nice because the missus and the baby are waiting for me to join them for Christmas films. Okay, so I'm back. Father Christmas Lee is here, and as you can see, I'm just going to stand up my Terminator so you can get a perspective. So that's him fully stood up, so it's completely off camera. Obviously we've got the left leg now coming together, the upper left leg, and obviously the other limbs are all complete. So I'm quite happy with that. Obviously not a great deal to do, but like I said, the time of the year that it is being Christmas, I don't want to be spending hours on this build, because some of them take a lot longer than others, and also for fellow YouTubers out there, you know how long the editing can take, especially for these longer videos. So these short ones are quite welcome sometimes. So, just a quick preview for next month's issue. So, in the new year, I'll be getting a new delivery, 4 new issues. So, we're going to be up to 94 at that stage. And so, just going to show you what's on the back of that issue. So, we're working on more of the left leg, and there's also, as you can see here, that's actually that part there is actually for the foot. So that's a component there for the left foot. So that's quite exciting as well. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all subscribers that have subscribed to me this year, particularly those who have kept coming back for Terminator, because it's quite a niche thing. Not everyone's obviously into it. They are longer videos, a bit more detailed and more information, but it's something I'm really passionate about and really enjoy. So I'm glad that some of you like that as well. And obviously, if any of you have seen my other videos and like those as well, I really appreciate it. Obviously, I'm trying to grow the channel. And obviously I've got different niches, as you've seen. I've got my sports commentary, I've got my Terminator moan training. So whatever you come back for and whatever you like or dislike, irregardless, I really appreciate support. Very thankful for everyone who tunes into my content, and yeah, I appreciate it. So if you did like today's video, as always, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Have a lovely Christmas, everyone. Obviously, I know in the UK and other parts of the world we can't be with loved ones. It's quite limited. It's not how it's ever been before in the past for us in these modern times. But, you know, let's be grateful for the fact we do have our health. Most of us have a roof over our head, food on the table. We're not desolate. We're not on the streets. We're not homeless and on our own or ill in hospital. So we should be grateful for that. So that's something. And I really hope in the new year things are going to take a change for the good. Not just nationally in the UK, but globally, because things need to go back to normal. You know, we all need a bit of normality. And I hope my videos help to give you a break from the dull, the dull life that we have at the moment, and the boring, restricted life. And if it just brings you a tiny bit of joy and fills up your day with something to look forward to, I gladly will keep providing more content. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.